Hey, America, I'm pissed off. You should be pissed too. Buckle the fuck up, because we're going to Denmark. So you know Denmark, regularly ranked one of the happiest places to live, 7th most democratic country on earth, one of the most transparent governments on the planet. That Denmark. You know, if there's one place you'd think everything is okay, it's Denmark, right? Right? Fucking wrong. So it turns out Palantir Technologies, the data analytics company co-founded by everyone's favorite anti-democratic ragamuffin Peter Thiel, has been quietly embedding itself into all of Denmark's public services. That's police, that's military, that's intelligence infrastructure for years. You heard that right, literal fucking years. One of those programs is called Palantir. This is the name of Palantir's platform for the Danish National Police. It's a customized version of Palantir's Gotham system. That's what's being used on us right now. So let me explain how this shit works. Palantir connects 12 separate police and non-police databases in order to track things like National Motor Vehicle Registry, the National Photo Registry, Interpol, police case handling systems, and a lot more, okay? These are 12 different rivers of citizen data all flowing into one single platform. Every image, every home address, every police record of every citizen in Denmark, all searchable, all cross-referenced, and all analyzed through Palantir's AI system. Now, I'm sure to the freedom-loving conservatives that are listening, it sounds pretty darn efficient, right? Yeah, but efficient for what? And for whom? Researchers in Denmark that have tried to get full transparency from Palantir through open government requests have not been able to. And when authorities were asked to comment, the police, the intelligence service, and the Minister of Justice all pointed to a response from 2021 and essentially said, "We already addressed this. Kindly go yodelay fuck yourselves." And for the liberals listening, don't think that your side is in the clear either. While the Palantir contract in Denmark was signed in 2016 under a center-right government, the Social Democrats and their center-left party, who took power in 2019, didn't end it. And, it's 2026, and we're still fucking talking about it. You should be fucking pissed. Now, Denmark is run by a grand coalition of both parties, and the current Minister of Justice, Social Democrat Peter Hummelgaard, is the one refusing to comment. So it doesn't matter who the Danish people vote for. Palantir's here to stay, and that's the whole point. That's how infrastructure works. You don't have to win the election if you are the system. You don't need a party to back you up if you're so deeply ingrained in the way government works that it becomes impossible to work without you. And if you want to know absolutely anything about the company, you can't. Because all of its data is hidden behind smoke and mirrors, right? Most academic studies on the company have to rely entirely on publicly available sources because Palantir just won't open up to researchers. The few documents that have been pried loose through litigation come back almost entirely redacted, or through the psychotic CEO Alex Karp forgetting there's a camera in the room.
I love the idea of getting a drone and having light fentanyl-laced urine spraying on analysts who tried to screw us.
Yeah, that's who's running the back end of Danish law enforcement. Motherfucking fentanyl-laced piss drone guy. And we keep seeing this shit happen over and over again. In the United States, for example, Palantir built the case management software system for ICE. This is the same system that agents use to find, track, and deport people. In 2017, ICE used the exact same system to target the families of unaccompanied migrant children. Children who crossed the border alone, scared. And when their parents or relatives came forward to claim them, ICE used Palantir software to run background checks and arrest the sponsors. They used children as fucking bait to deport people. 443 people were arrested, only 35 of them for actual criminal activity. The rest were just parents trying to get their kids back. You should be fucking pissed. Why aren't we fucking pissed? In cities like New Orleans, Palantir's predictive policing tools created what researchers called a racist feedback loop. The system, fed on historically biased police data, started flagging the same over-policed communities, sent in more cops, generated more data, lather, racist, repeat. And in LA, they literally gave people chronic offender scores, and then sent cops to knock on their door. To get off this list, you had to have zero police contact, which is kinda hard, when they kept sending police to their fucking house. "Oh, I'm sorry, Your Honor, I would have had zero police contact, but Officer Johnson needed to borrow some fucking sugar for his goddamn snickerdoodles." Now, New Orleans and LA both eventually banned predictive policing policies, but by then the damage was done. The data already in the system, ready to be launched wherever and whenever. And if you think this is just hyperbole, if you're sitting there thinking, oh, this could never get that bad, you guys, it couldn't possibly go that far, pause this fucking video, go to Google right now, type in CCOT, you know, El Salvador's mega prison. This is the place with reports of torture, no educational programs, no recreational activity, no fucking mattresses on the beds, 30 people to a cell, lights that never turn off, CCOT. El Salvador's justice minister has said that prisoners will never return to their communities. And their surveillance tech inside, over 600 cameras, biometric scanners, facial recognition. It's Peter Thiel's wet dream. And the US has been shipping deportees there for months. People with no serious criminal convictions or charges. That's what the end of this fucked up road looks like. The data pipeline that starts with a chronic offender score in LA and ends with a shaved head and a concrete slab in Tekaluka. Denmark and the US ain't the only ones. Oh no. This shit is spread across Europe like it's on a backpacking trip with daddy's money and no return ticket. Last year, the Dutch Minister of Justice publicly confirmed that police departments in the Netherlands had been running Palantir software since 2011. That's 14 fucking years ago. Exposed not by any oversight body, but by a journalist using Freedom of Information laws. And when the documents finally came out, they were even more redacted than the Trumpstein files, which is really saying something, because at least we got a few names out of that. But with this Palantir shit, we got a few prepositions and a logo. I'm not kidding, look it the fuck up. And in Germany, multiple states like Bavaria and the North Rhine are using Palantir's Gotham for law enforcement. Even though the German federal government said 9 and stopped using Palantir tools back in 2023, but some states like Bavaria heard 9 more contracts. Please. And in the UK, Palantir secured a massive contract to build what they call the Federated Data Platform for the National Health Service. Britain's health data is going to be managed by a company co-founded by a guy who once wrote, and this is a direct quote, okay, we've covered it on the show before. I no longer believe that freedom and democracy are compatible. That's Peter Thiel. You should be fucking pissed! And then in April of last year, NATO awarded Palantir a contract for something called the Maven Smart System. It's an AI-powered battlefield command program for intelligence fusion targeting and what they call accelerated decision-making. The Pentagon has already handed Palantir $480 million for this same system. Okay, so let me just recap the shopping list here. We've got police, we've got military, we've got intelligence services, healthcare systems, immigration, and now the entire Western military alliance, run by one company, that's run by psychotic, anti-democratic billionaire pedophiles. This is dark enlightenment praxis. This is what we've been warning you about. When Palantir embeds itself into the police infrastructure of a democratic country, when it becomes the operating system through which law enforcement sees its own citizens, democracy is going to be destroyed. And I'm not even just being overly worried, okay? That's their overt plan. That's what they want to do. Whittle down democracy until there's nothing left but a God King CEO. This is not a company that's winning contracts because it has good software or better products. Palantir's becoming the operating system of Western state power, built and controlled by the people who stated plainly, they don't believe you should have self-determination. Our future's almost certainly techno-slavery. And most people on this goddamn planet have no idea it's happening, and no one is talking about putting a stop to this, so yeah! Y'all should be fucking pissed!